Alright, gamers. So 1.8 came out, I think yesterday, and I just wanted to make a brief video on something regarding 1.8 for Snowbreak. I mean, something quick, just so I could not only get my opinion out there on it, but I want to hear other people's opinion, especially since there might be people who are more knowledgeable about this. But 1.8, there was this whole, or prior to 1.8, the devs did talk about wanting to release like 100% gacha system for the game, or at least a better one. And we ended up getting it this update. And I briefly looked over it last night before I went to bed, and it's definitely a system. It's not bad. Like don't just because I said it like that, it's not bad, right? It's more interesting. So what they ended up doing is that I'm assuming that from now on, whenever a character is released or maybe re-released, we would get two banners for them. One for the regular banner system that we've had up until now, and the new 100% system. So briefly, how the old banner worked is that you had, I believe, a 0.7% chance to receive a 5-star, up to the maximum of I believe it's 80. Yeah, so for a character it's 80, and for the weapon it's 60. Now, 15 summons prior to hitting the pity, you will gradually see an increase in your chances of receiving a 5-star, and that's usually how it worked there. And within these standard banner, or not these standard banners, within these banners, all the 5-star, or well, the featured 5-star, the new one that's on the banner, would be there, plus all the standard 5-stars. And the same goes for the weapon as well. The weapon banner works exactly like that, as you can see here. And so, like, it's okay. Like, if you lost the pity, you're guaranteed to get the featured character on your next 5-star pool. That's usually how it worked. So in total, at worst case scenario, it could take you up to 160 summons to receive the new character, or 120 summons to receive the weapon. So not exactly the best for people who have my type of luck. But the new system came out, and it's 100 summons to get a guarantee for the new character, or 80 summons for the guarantee of the new weapon, which is fine, except there's a big difference. If you go to the banner here, you'll see that not only can you not receive any of the new 5-stars or standard banner 5-stars normally, as you normally would, but you have a 0.1% chance of receiving a 5-star early. And that's kind of where it's interesting, in the sense that the massive trade-off for having a higher, or the massive trade-off between the two banners is that you have a lower chance of receiving the character or weapons early, and when you do receive them, like, it's not going to be any of the standard stuff, which is like normally fine, unless you're in my case where I kind of need some of the weapons. But in turn, what they have done to kind of mediate that is that they have like this little box down here, where you do 165 pulls, you randomly get any of the standard weapons, standard characters, or 130 on the weapon banner to receive any of the standard weapons, which is interesting. So the thing I'm curious about is that for any player who saves a lot, like, I'm curious if it'll just be straight up better to just go for the guaranteed pulls, like if you want multiple copies, or would you have to, or would it be like more efficient to take the risk with the 50-50s? Like right now you can see, like, on my 50-50s, like, I'm 49 in. And I mean, like, initially I was gonna skip her, but I kind of use her and she's fun. I'm gonna make a video on her, Osiris, like sometime this week. I'm trying to do a lot of recording today. I'm trying something different, so I'm probably gonna put it out like a day or two. But like in my case, like, I'm guaranteed for my next 5-star, so it's like I'm not worried. But after that, like, I'm curious if it'll just be better to just go for this 100 summon thing. Plus, as well, what's interesting, and if I'm reading this correctly, this might be probably the better option in my opinion. But again, I'll need some like spinners out there to let me know. I believe the summons for the guarantee also carry over to the next character. Cause I swear I saw it yesterday and it said it. Guaranteed, they have special. After every, unless it trigger, yeah, can roll turns. I read it somewhere. What was it? It don't matter. I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere that it does carry over, which is interesting because, like for free, I'm guessing for free to plays, this is just a better option because you on average will spend less summons to get the character, and probably unless you have like weird luck, which I don't. But yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. Like I want to hear some other people's opinions on this, and I don't really want to go out on Twitter and put this out there. So so yeah, for anybody who's more familiar with how this works or have actually kind of tested this or could afford to test this, like please let me know if this is just straight up better than the 50-50 in your experience, because from my point of view it might be better. This might prevent me from pulling like 20 fucking yows finally. So I might just, like from now on, I might just go for this, especially during the anniversary. I did talk to somebody briefly in the comment section, and they brought up a valid point where I should like, they're probably gonna go for Cyrus, and they'll be able to save up enough for anniversary. I'm like, that's a good point. I might just do the same thing. So yeah, just like my brief opinion on Cyrus, as I've said earlier, she's fun. I don't know if she's like a must pull though for like any players who want like a really good character. I'll probably use her a bit more in like the trial and in the story mode to get a full opinion of her, or maybe I'll get lucky tonight and get her. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'll see you all later, I guess.